What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about the Suicide Squad. This is a follow-up to 2016's Suicide Squad, which, if you guys remember, was not exactly a great movie. But they do still treat it like it did actually happen. So that's actually good because they don't spend a whole lot of time with like exposition on anything, and they just get straight to the action. Olivia Davis plays Amanda Waller. She's absolutely fantastic in the movie. Basically, she goes up to the criminals. She's just like, "Hey, do this mission for me. Take some time off of your sentence," and it goes from there. This movie was a absolute blast to watch. Lots of fun, and it is rated R for a good reason because there is a lot of blood, death, and just all around destruction, which it was actually fun to watch. With a movie like this, you kind of had to. But anyway, so the new Suicide Squad, which also is known as Task Force X, is tasked with infiltrating the island of Corto Maltese in a search and destroy mission. Now, of course, they hit a few bumps in the road, and things don't go exactly as planned. But all in all, they get the job done. First of all, the banter between John Cena and Idris Elba's character Bloodsport and the Peacemaker is so much fun to watch
Ready, fight!
because the two of them have very similar skill sets. So they're always playing this like alpha dog, I'm trying to one up you type of thing. And there's one scene in particular, I was absolutely dying laughing. They're in the jungle, and it was so much fun to watch. And also, you got Sylvester Stallone playing as the Shark King. Also, I think his name was Maui, but or I think they also called him Maui. But yeah, he was also fantastic. Very endearing character, which you wouldn't really have thought that, but yeah, actually it was. And the 3D art for this guy, it's absolutely phenomenal. Like the lighting that they do for it, and you see him running with everybody, and you're just like, huh, that actually works. Okay, cool. Let's see, another one, the Polka Dot Man.
I hope so.
This is where things are a little bit absurd, just because of his like abilities, stuff like that. But honestly, it works. Like the character type that he does, it was just a fun character. He's a guy who shoots polka dots at you. Like, it's pretty crazy, but I absolutely loved it. And then you've also got the Rat Tamer 2. Yes, she is the second one. Uh, because the first one was her father, who basically introduced her to all the technology and stuff like that. But she is such a lovable character and so endearing that I just was like, oh. And then when you find out like her backstory and stuff like that, you can't help but just fall in love with this character. And then of course you've got Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, and she is always fantastic as at this role. It was like almost a role that was built for her.
We're bad guys. It's what we do.
So yeah, absolutely fantastic. And so yeah, that's basically this new task force. And honestly, the chemistry with all of these guys is really fantastic. They all played off of each other really, really well. The Rat Tamer, she basically befriends the Shark King, which I honestly thought was a pretty funny twist because the Shark King, he doesn't have any friends. Just like a friend, and it just like stuff like that, little things like that. It just really, really worked out well, and it was so stuff like that. Now, I did have a few issues with this movie. First of all, the villain I felt was lackluster.
What?
It wasn't that great. It was a better like villain from the previous movie because all she really did was kind of deal and summon great deity, whatever, and it's just whatever. But overall, I don't know. I just didn't feel that they were great villains or anything like that. And yeah, that was That was one of them. And the other thing, the issue that I really had with this movie, and it's more like a personal quip, is that they use flashback scenes to kind of explain how they get to certain points in the movie. And honestly, I in this case it just didn't work. The reason that I don't really care for flashback scenes is just because it kind of takes me out of the moment. You know, you build up things up to a certain point, and then all of a sudden you're just like, oh wait, sorry, we actually have to explain this stuff. And so yeah, it just kind of ruins that whole scene for me, and it kind of just takes me out of the moment. The other thing kind of happens in at the end in the after credits. They're trying to set up something that's supposed to happen, and I'm like, you really could have done that differently. But overall, this movie was still an absolute blast. Loved it still. For me, on the worth it scale, it is definitely one worth seeing in theaters. I don't know if I'll end up buying it on Blu-ray right away. Probably will be something that I buy like on Black Friday or something like that once it goes on discount. But it is definitely worth seeing in theaters. Alrighty guys, well that's going to do it for this review. I hope you did enjoy it. Down below in the comments, let me know what you thought of this movie if you've seen it. And also, what was one of your favorite parts of the movie if you did? Alrighty guys, well that's going to do it. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye!